Zuba. I'm from Ottawa, Wisconsin. My favorite driver is a Halo Thunderbird.
Hi, my name is Barry Penagor. I'm from Franklin, Wisconsin, and my favorite driver is the Discraft ESPN.
And we'll have our disc flip. Barry called heads, and heads it is. As we look at the first hole of the back nine here at Dretzka Disc Golf Course, it is a par 3, 218 feet, straight shot, bending to the right. Makes good for a righty forehand or a good lefty backhand. Barry takes a good forehand and pushes straight up through the gap. Zuba takes a forehand line as well. And they're off to their lives here for the second 1v1 showdown. Zuba's first for his upshot. Might have a window, pushes through the gap, gets through a window, and has a little bit of room left to secure his par. Zuba steps up to his lie, does his routine, and pushes the disc, and he just hits the front of the basket. Barry had a pretty good first shot, and he drills his birdie putt and takes his first skin of the day. And the players are off to hole 11. Hole 11 is a par 3, 205-foot straight shot with the basket being guarded by trees. Barry still has box. And he takes a Anheuser backhand up into the last set of trees there. Zuba comes with a backhand, pushing it straight through. It's definitely going to be up in those trees. As the players were finding their discs, there was a group that was kind enough to ask to play through. That's something you'll expect to see here at Dretzka, as it's one of our more popular disc golf courses in all of the Milwaukee area. As the nice people tap out, Zuba gets in position, checks with me to see if he has a nice clear basket. I let him know that he's ready to go. Looks like he doesn't have much of a choice but to try to get out of here and get him in position. Takes a roller, bounces up the tree, and it looks like he will be in a window for a look at a par. That was a nice roller with a roach. Barry has a lunge out backhand, just wants to push up close near the basket so he can tap in for what could be his second skin of the day. Looks like Barry threw a P2 there. Zuba steps up for his par attempt for a push at the hole, and he's just a little low. He did make his putter into his bag there. That was pretty cool. Well, here comes Barry. Taps in his par and takes down another skin. So Barry is now up 2 skins to 0, as hole 12 is a 222-foot par 3. Very nice hyzer backhand for a righty, and even a nice hyzer backhand for a lefty. Barry takes a nice backhand hyzer, which is the go-to play here on this hole, and he pushes up to about circle 2. Zuba fires a backhand as well, and he's about the same distance as Barry. Looks like Barry was a little bit further than Zuba, and he takes a jumping step putt and just about 5 feet from the basket. Just a little low. Zuba fires his putt. Again, they are dealing with about 10 to 20 mile an hour wind gusts, which has been on and off throughout the round. Zuba steps up for his par putt, and he gets it in the basket. A good confidence builder, as the first few holes haven't been going his way. Barry steps up and taps in for a par himself, and the players push, which makes hole 13 worth 2 skins, $10. Hole 13 is a 242-foot par 3 and has a pretty open basket position. But as the players step up to the tee box, they may have a low ceiling. Barry steps up as he still has the box and takes a nice hyzer route and pushes up to about circle 1 edge, circle 2. He was using his favorite disc, the Annex there. Zuba fires a backhand as well. And it looks like he used his favorite putter, the Macbeth Luna. The players are on their way to their lies. Looks like Zuba's just a little bit further than Barry, so he will step up and putt first. And he just sails it a little left and a little low, leaving him about 10 feet for a par. Here comes Barry with another stepping hyzer putt and just a little bit to right. But the disc did roll quite close to the basket, so it should leave him a nice tap in. Zuba steps up, and oh no, he hit the top band. Let's hear in the comments about a time when you hit the top band and how it made you feel. A lot of us disc golfers know that when it happens, it's a learning lesson and it's short-term memory. Just gotta let it go and keep pushing forward. Well, Barry wins the skins there, And he is now up 4 skins to none. And hole 14 is a 229-foot par 3 with a low ceiling near the basket. So you really want to push in low or take a nice sky hyzer. Barry takes what looks like to be a sky hyzer, just trying to crash down near the basket, and he does. He is approximately 25 feet away from the basket. And here comes Zuba, taking a backhand as well, pushing up to about circle 1 edge. Looks like he used his favorite Luna again. Zuba steps up and he pushes it just left of the basket again, leaving Barry an opportunity to take the 5th skin here in the second 1v1 showdown. Oh no. Barry just hits the chains and he drops down to the right, spitting out, leaving Zuba a chance to push the hole with his par, and he does. As Barry just steps up to a tap-in. Which puts us on the path uphill and a little downhill to hole 15. Worth 2 skins, $10. Barry is still winning 4 skins to none. Hole 15 is a 200-foot par 3. Straight shot. Definitely want to use a putter here. Barry's on the box and he takes a hyzer route and just crashes into the guardian tree on the right. Zuba takes a backhand route as well. Pushes up just pin high right of the basket, leaving him a circle 1 look at a birdie. Barry's just trying to get it close. And he's got about 8 feet left for his par. Oh, Zuba fires a putt and just spits out right of the cage. And he walks up just to tap in his par as Barry gets himself in position. Got a feel for Zuba on that one. He really needed to get something going on that. Barry drops in his par, and it's another push. Pushing hole 16 for 3 skins, $15. As the players are going to step up to a 316-foot par 3 into a headwind. I don't know if you guys can see the branches and the leaves moving around, but the wind has been 10 to 20 mile an hour gusts. Here comes Barry, rifling a backhand up the fairway, and it just flexes out. Probably circle 2 edge. Here comes Zuba firing a nice backhand, pushing up, skips up. Oh, what a close one. From where we were at the tee box, that was fun to watch. Let's see what he threw. Let's hear in the comments what disc Zuba threw on hole 16's drive. First person to comment will get a prize. Barry takes an upshot and just hits the low ceiling of branches there, leaving him about a 20-foot par opportunity. Barry steps up and just knows that the wind has been gusting. He tries to just commit and just off the front of the cage. Zuba steps up to try to secure a birdie in 3 skins, and he does. Wasn't happy about his release, but he does take down 3 skins going into hole 17. Hole 17 is a 196-foot par 3. For a righty, it's a good forehand hole, as well as a turnover backhand. Barry is still winning 4 skins to Zuba's 3 skins. As Zuba takes the box, he takes a forehand route and just hits a tree on the left side edge of the fairway. Barry takes a backhand and just a little bit of grip lock with that leaves him another lunging out backhand. Going through his routine, commits, tries to put a little anhyzer on it as the disc gets some air and hyzers out left to about circle 1 edge. Let's see what disc Barry used here. He decided to use that P2 again. Well, here comes Zuba, trying to go for a jumping anhyzer putt, upshot. Barry takes a stepping hyzer putt and just drops right underneath the basket. Here comes Zuba to be able to take and tie with a 4th skin. And he just pushes right of the chains. And Zuba pushes it in. Barry really needs this tap in for a push as well. Going into hole 18, worth 2 skins, $10. And hole 18 is a 248-foot par 3 where you take yourself out of the woods and into an open field. Almost a blind shot. Zuba decides to take a backhand and pushes himself out to about a 45-50-foot putt. Circle 2. As we look down over the trees, Barry's looking to line up his backhand and he pushes out. And just about 10 feet to the right, right past the basket, pushing him about 25 feet. Zuba with his circle 2 bid. Just a little low, leaving him about a 5-foot tap in. As Barry sets himself up for what could be a winning putt. And he just sails a little high. And he left himself a little bit more of a comeback putt than Zuba. But Zuba taps in real quick, giving Barry the full confidence that he's going to make that. And we have a playoff. We will take this playoff over to hole 1, which is a 225-foot par 3, straight through the field, near a low ceiling, guarded inside the trees basket. Zuba has box for this playoff, and he takes a backhand all the way up, almost an ace run, just past the basket. Here comes Barry. Does a backhand of his own and pushes up to about circle 1 edge. Both players are inside circle 1. As Barry does a marker, notices the low ceiling, knows he has to get low. Barry sets himself up. Wasn't feeling good about his release, but he is now close to the basket for a tap-in. Putting the pressure on Zuba for him to make his putt. Zuba sets himself up, goes through his routine. And he pushes it right in the center of the basket, making him the winner of the second 1v1 showdown. Barry taps in his par. That's some good sportsmanship from the field. Your winner, Isaac Zuba. 5 skins to 4.